the Lowell Observatory, Flagstaff, Arizona. In 1930, the outermost planet Pluto is discovered through this telescope. Astronomer Clyde Tombaugh makes the find. He's 24 at the time. Tombaugh does it by systematically photographing the sky on large glass plates. He snaps each piece of sky twice, several nights apart. Then, with this blinker, he compares the two images. If they're identical and nothing jumps, he's not interested, for only objects within the solar system move against the background stars. After 6 months of blinking, the dot that jumps is Pluto. Pluto and its moon Charon have a combined mass of less than 1/5 of our moon. Little frontier worlds of methane and water frozen in the outer gloom. On average, compared to Earth, they're 40 times farther from the Sun. Far beyond is the Oort cloud, a swarm of freezing debris that shrouds the solar system like a sphere. Closer in is more icy trash, the Kuiper belt. Pluto, with its wide, eccentric orbit, may well be a member of this belt and not a true planet. Like the comets that visit us from Kuiper and Oort, Pluto is a mixture of ices. This is Comet Hyakutake in 1996. Its nucleus is a snowball 3 kilometers wide, but the tail stretches for millions of kilometers. As a comet nears the Sun, it grows two tails. The yellow one is fine dust, the blue, gas. The gas tail detaches occasionally in the gusting solar wind. It's that wind, plus the pressure of solar radiation, that blows the tails away from the Sun. With the solar disk masked, time-lapse of a comet rounding the Sun. Here, comets plunging into the Sun. Comets are the vagabonds of the solar system. Some travel on random elliptical orbits, hurtling among the planets. Kamikaze comets die in the Sun. Others just graze it. Jupiter plays havoc with comets. This one is captured from its orbit around the Sun by the pull of the giant planet. The comet, a fragile mix of ice and grit, is drawn within 50,000 kilometers. It pays the price. Jupiter tears it into more than 20 fragments, and it's just the beginning. The comet, named Shoemaker-Levy 9, is to stage the celestial show of the century. It's to plunge into Jupiter, carpet-bombing the soupy atmosphere. The date, July 1994. The fragments create shockwaves as big as Earth. The moment of an impact. Lower left, a plume shoots over 1,000 kilometers high. The most famous comet is Halley. It visits our skies once every 76 years. When he sees it in 1301, the Italian painter Giotto makes Halley his Star of Bethlehem. The Bayeux Tapestry depicts the Norman conquest of England in 1066. The comet is overhead. On Halley's last visit, the first of the space age, we visit it. A craft aptly named Giotto is launched by the Europeans. It's the most ambitious of an international armada. For Giotto is to fly right through the inner coma, the cloud that surrounds the nucleus. It's 1986, and there is the nucleus, shaped like a peanut, 16 kilometers by 9. Vaporized by the heat of the sun, gas and dust vent from cracks in the surface. Glare obscures the view, but Halley's crust is carbon black. The coma, fed by the jets, is well over 1 million kilometers across, bigger even than the sun. These are the icy planetesimals of the Kuiper belt, a disk of debris just beyond the planets. It's from here that Halley originates, dislodged perhaps by a twitch in the gravitational interplay between the Sun and its neighboring stars. Halley is lucky. As solar gravity draws it inward, the comet swings round the Sun rather than into the Sun. But Halley is now captive, trapped in an orbit that takes it out beyond Neptune, then back to the Sun, again and again. Halley has an orbit of 76 years. Longer period comets arrive from farther out, comets like Hale-Bopp, the most spectacular of the late 20th century. (1997) is the year of Hale-Bopp. Here in close-up, the spinning nucleus, 40 kilometers wide, swirling gas and dust. They stream from the hemisphere heated by the sun, switching on and off as the nucleus rotates. At its closest to the sun, Hale-Bopp sheds 1,000 tons of dust every second. But in the chill of the outer solar system, comets revert to type. They become tailless and inert. Historically, comets always have tails, and they're linked to death and destruction. But fear of comets isn't all nonsense. To this day, they are cause for concern. Had Hale-Bopp struck Earth, we'd all be dead. But that's another story. The spacecraft Stardust on a close encounter with comet Wild 2. Like sticky flypaper, this instrument is to collect samples as Stardust travels through the coma of the comet. But unlike Giotto, which relayed only data from Halley, Stardust is to send its samples home. Insulated in a capsule, resistant to a fiery re-entry through Earth's atmosphere, a precious package from beyond the planets. Retrieved from a soft landing in the polar wastes, these samples of Wild 2 will be unique. The first chance for scientists to examine particles unchanged since the formation of the solar system. The Oort cloud stretches 1/3 of the way to the nearest star. Its messengers are comets.